On warm evenings, George always filled the bird feeder at bedtime.
Time for bed, George.
That way, in the morning, he woke up to the sound of happy birds. Empty. Birds never ate the seeds that fast. Maybe a big bird gulped it all down first thing in the morning. No. George would have noticed giant feathers in the neighborhood.
Hey, George. What you looking at? Oh, baby possum tracks. Short for opossum. Maybe you've never seen one because they're nocturnal. Nocturnal animals are active at night when the rest of us sleep and the town is quiet. I gotta finish my route. See ya.
A possum? George wondered what a possum looked like. So the next night, he prepared for a stakeout. Since he might get hungry if it took a long time, he made himself a tuna fish and banana sandwich. And then he waited, with only the radio to keep him company.
Are you ready to hear the legend of the lake creature of Lake Wanasink Lake? Well, it's said to roam the countryside the first full moon of every summer, and that's tonight.
Was this a possum? And if it was it all right? Well, it certainly had an appetite. Its tracks matched the others. So this was a possum. Now that George had seen one, he could go to bed. George told it to go home, but it didn't go. Maybe the baby possum was lost and needed help finding its family. But George had no idea where the possum's family lived. The possum ate some bird food. Maybe it lived with birds in a nest.
So don't be surprised if you hear strange noises and see a creature with the head of a fish wandering through town.
Yeah, right. It's the lake creature.
George decided that possums and birds probably didn't live together.
He was here, Mr. Quinn. He tried to get in my window.
George thought he knew all the animals on Rankin's farm, but maybe he only knew the day animals. George had never seen a bird like this in the daytime. It must be nocturnal, too. The possum's family wouldn't live here. It was too noisy. heard the bell, they thought it was milking time.
Oh, phew.
Clever. It was as if the possum played dead when it wanted to be ignored. Did the possum's family live here? Nope, not in this log. George felt bad about waking Jumpy Squirrel, but he had to move on. Then he got an idea. Playing possum had its uses.
I got another call about the creature. This time, it stampeded cattle at Rankin's farm. But let me reassure the kiddies that this is all in fun. The creature's only a legend. I hope.
George remembered that the possum liked fish sandwiches, so maybe it lived in water, like beavers. Raccoons must be nocturnal too. But his possum showed no interest in living in water, unless he lived in a boat.
Clint, that lake creature seems to be stealing our boat.
Maybe this possum's family lived in town. George held him high so he could help look.
Folks, remember, the lake creature is just a fisherman's legend. He doesn't exist. Except there he is. He must be 12 feet tall and as terrifying as a shark holding a harpoon.
It was getting later and later, but George still hadn't found the possum's home. He found more nocturnal creatures' homes. He found daytime creatures' homes too. But he couldn't find the possum's home. He was so tired, he was imagining possums everywhere. Or was he? The possum family lived in a tree.
George? Kind of late for a stroll. This has been quite an evening. Citizens report night creatures.
George had seen night creatures too. Bill was right. There were a lot of them. But Bill was wrong about the town.
which it will appear next.
It wasn't at all quiet at night.
Night, George. You sleep well.
George would sleep well. And with the possum gone, he'd fill the feeder and wake to chirping birds.
Morning, George. Time to get up. What? George? Oh.
George learned one more thing about nocturnal creatures. Little animals that stay awake at night sleep during the day.